everybody. I want to show you my favorite garden, the pasture garden. I'm gonna always want to show you that, like all the time this summer. The seeds that we just planted in the ground this last week have come up. We've got a whole bunch of pumpkins that are just going, and it's so encouraging and so great. And I am just, yay, I'm so excited. Zinnias are coming up and the sweet corn's coming up and everything's looking great. And we got a new sprinkler to help keep things irrigated better. So things are on the up and up. All right, I've been out here hoeing weeds for a good chunk of the afternoon. Got my awesome stirrup hoe. Couldn't do it without it. Here's the situation with the peas. We had issues with germination. Frankly, maybe got like 5 of them out of the ground. So this whole section up until that green part where we do have the first set of peas, I got to reseed the whole thing. So we're going to do a replant, and probably the next day or two I'll get them in the ground. On this side, we've got the mini gourds and pumpkins, and things are really looking good. We've got plants coming up, and I did hoe where I could in between the plants, but I also don't want to disturb in case more come out of the ground. So I'm just trying to keep the line undisturbed. So we've got a plant, another plant, and I've got some gaps here in between, so obviously I can do some replant in between here too. We've also got another row here starting with those plants in the back near the fence. But heck, I'm pretty happy that anything's coming up because it's been so dry and it's been so hard. Look at this pretty little line. Ooh, there's another one. And these weeds gotta go, so we'll be pulling them out. I've been pulling what I can out and throwing it over the fence. I mean, one good thing about the dry temps is the weed pressure isn't as bad as it normally would be. But I'm also proud that I was able to take the hoe through and clean up this walking path here and make more distinction between the plants and just clean things up. Look at this section. These are the orange mini pumpkins. Isn't that beautiful? 1, 2, 3 rows. Hello everybody, welcome to the party. These ones are looking especially happy and large. And then I made the lines kind of curve around the corner here, so we've got some germination, some emergence. And more coming up here. They're just hard to see right now because they're so little, but one here, one there. Another one there, another one there, another one there. And there are 3 rows here that also have come up. So really, really happy about those. Pumpkin section has my heart just swelling with pride because we have things really popping out of the ground. Look at this, I just cleared this pathway between the weeds. These are all right there, right there, right there, right there. And I could go on and on, but these are all pumpkins. Little pumpkin babies coming up, and they're really consistent. So this whole line here is all coming up. This is really, really terrific and consistent. I still got some weeds I gotta hoe out here, but wow, look at this. Boom, 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 boom. I just planted these with the standing planter this last week, and they look great. They just look so great. These are the Captain Jack, which are like a larger orange pumpkin. I am so delighted. Woohoo! That weren't enough. All of these rows are coming up consistent. So this next row is all consistent all the way down. This next row here, they kind of start right here. See that plant? Look at that row all the way down. And this is our sweet corn section. All of these little babies that were planted, they're all coming up in a really nice line. And if we skip across here over to the more mature section, we've got little babies in here that I replanted. Those are coming up. There's a whole consistent line of them here. See that line? They're all coming up. So it's looking great. And it's really interesting to see the difference between the further mature, far along corn here and the ones that we started that are the oldest inside the house. And they're catching on. They're doing good. They just looked like crap when we put them out here. They still kind of look like crap. That was a good experiment, but just like a lot of plants, they would much rather start to lay roots outside instead of inside. Zinnias are the hardest working flower I think I know. If you're looking for something easy, that gives a lot of impact and you don't even have to water them in the ground, these are your flowers. They are looking amazing. I will not have to water these for the rest of the season. Now we probably will because we've got this awesome impact sprinkler. Just got this on Amazon. Pretty good price. I think it was like 38 bucks. Those things are really expensive, so we're very happy because it shoots up to 85 feet. So all we have to do is put it in one spot and it'll go around the front of the garden, and then put another spot along the same line, same row, and it'll do the back part of the garden. And we don't have to keep moving to like 6 separate zones, which was driving me nuts. And let's be real, I'm gonna get lazy and I'm not gonna do it. Calendula that was in this corner in the front is a complete bust. Nothing came up. So I've got another section of them here. These have had more love. You can see some seeds are popping out of the ground. So I'm crossing fingers something happens with these. And then probably replant here or do something different. In the front here, we've already got the basil coming up too. Look at those little babies. And dill. Our flower row is looking good. Our sweet sunflower, I haven't moved yet. Cosmo's looking good. And this is so funny. I have not moved that sunflower, that row going outside yet. And look at the deer found it. They ate all the leaves off, but they have not come inside the garden. Very proud of that. So far, so good. So far, this double fencing is working. Now, the sunflower situation here, you can see I've got some plants. Just got like a handful of them. I'm gonna probably have to replant here too, which just sucks. But we keep watering. I mean, there's some. I don't see a lot of them coming out. So this year's kind of a mixed bag so far. I love this garden, but with the dry temps, it's either meant that things are needing to be replanted a lot, which just sucks, or we have the opposite where we have these amazing pumpkins that are coming up out of the ground right away because they were planted a little bit later and they had the TLC with all the water. We had the sprinkler thing figured out by that point. So it is what it is.